So, you want to watch, you want to listen, you want to talk about the single most greatest game that has ever been created by the Overlord. That is Super League in the NRL. You've come here to listen and be mesmerised and taken on a journey. That is the greatest game of rugby league. And that is what and everything we are going to talk about and emphasise. Get yourselves a cup of tea, get those feet up, ready to unleash those eardrums on another vocalistic performance of Genii from PQ and his gospel of the Oval Ball. Let's go! So if you haven't already listened and watched and visualised the last Gospel of the Oval Ball, we were talking about which teams are performing in which leagues come summer 2024. And now we're going to talk about being a madman and supporter and unleasher of everything that is the Brotherhood of Wests Warriors. We're going to delve deep into every single fixture that the lads and the brothers have to play this season. And the season is only just around the corner now. So as discussed before, London and South East Men's Premier League features some really tasty teams, all inclusive of the Brotherhood. That is the Kimbo Parkinson inspired, the Willow powered Wests Warriors. You know, we know, they know. Again, looking to top the table for another year, the Bulls from Brixton, the Kings of South London, bringing their A game each and every week, and they're going to look to dominate once again. And of course, we got the new boys from Sussex and the southeast coast of this great nation, Brighton and Hove Rugby League, which leads us into the boys from South West London Chargers reserve grade, who were the grand final winners last season and will look to double up and do it again in the return. But looking to put them out of their misery this year will of course be the Dragons from Medway, previous champions and always there or thereabouts in the playoffs, and always looking to pump and get forward for that final. And wrapping up all the teams, the Kings of the Southwest, as far southwest as you can go before you hit the sea, are the Eagles of Elmbridge, and they will certainly be looking to use their experience and their youth to dominate the division and see if they can get into the playoffs. What a season that's going to be for the London Men's Prem. Let's get it on! And then in addition, of course, the winners have the potential to get promoted to the Promised Land. And that Promised Land is, of course, the Southern Conference League, the SCL, the pinnacle of rugby league down south. If you're not in it, you're going to work your socks off to be in it. And if you are in it, you're going to work your socks off to not only win the grand final, but guarantee your team a berth in the first round of the Challenge Cup. And as we see last year, Hammersmith Hills hoist current champs Wests Warriors runners up in the grand final, but League Leaders Shield victoires did the SCL and London and the South East and the South West proud as punch as they went on a run that created their own little bit of history. Third and fourth round exits, but who knew? What a beginning to the season. So as I just said, the teams that are going to be involved this year are going to be, of course, the Eels from Brentwood, the Princes of Southern Essex. Backing them up are going to be the Tigers. They hunt down their prey. The boys from Bedford Tigers are going to be hungry this winter. Then, of course, we spread ourselves out into the southwest, and the Kings of the Southwest, who pull in from all around the Bristol and the local suburbia. And, of course, coming back to southwest London, you got the previous champions, the London Chargers, who are always knocking on that door and looking to be dominant once more. Then you got Pete Lamarquand's Kings, the Kings of Northern Essex, playing out of Colchester Sports Park, looking to cause an upset or five and dominate that top four as well. You go further out north, out into northern Hertfordshire, where the Knights, that are the Crusaders of the North Herts Crusaders, are going to look to cause some upsets throughout the season. N22's finest making their debut in the competition. Who knows where they're going to place this year, but they are going to be a threat. Coached by the Ackley Croston combo, they're going to be unleashing their beast out of White Hart Lane, and that is going to improve and look to have some real tasty matchups there and thereabouts. Then, of course, you've got the current champs, our nemesis, the Kings of the SCL for 2023, Hammersmith Hills Hoists. One end of the Uxbridge Road, the Hammersmith end, 207 bus, the Super Loopers. When you get down the other end of the Uxbridge Road, just as you approach Acton, there's the homestead, there's the land of our Brotherhood. The Brotherhood that is, of course, Wests Warriors. All these teams are going to go into battle. There are going to be immense battles. There's going to be some joy, sadness, but more importantly, effort, commitment, passion from every single player that steps over that whitewash on a Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. as they look to batter their opponents into submission and be victorious. I give you the Southern Conference League. Let's go. So without further ado, you are not going to want to miss the ultimate breakdown of Wests Warriors home and away fixtures for 2024, London and the South East Men's Premier, and the pinnacle that is the Southern Conference League. So without further ado, let's begin the journey that is the London and South East London Men's Prem. And the opening weekend for Wests Warriors will be welcoming the London Chargers from South West London to the home that is everything about rugby league. The following matchup then sees us on the road to Brixton Bulls on May the 18th. June the 1st then sees game round 3 as we welcome the new boys Brighton and Hove Rugby League to Wasps for what will surely be an incredible matchup with the new lads of the league. June the 15th sees us travel away to Elmbridge down in deepest Surrey, as close as you can to the coast before you hit Guildford. June the 22nd, game round 5 sees us welcome the Dragons of Medway for a home tie. Game round 6, June 29th, we travel down to the Sussex coast. That is Brighton and Hove Rugby League for the return matchup. July 13th sees us welcome the current league leaders winners Brixton Bulls to the home of Wasps and the home of the Brotherhood. July 20th sees us return to Chiswick Rugby Club and London Chargers. July 27 sees us on the road once more to the Dragons of Medway. And to wrap up the season, we are at home to the Eagles of Elmbridge at Wasps for another mouthwaterer. Without further ado, let us begin and the journey that is the SCL, the Southern Conference League, pinnacle of rugby league in the South East. Week 1, here we go. Game round 1 of the Southern Conference League will see Wests Warriors travel up north to the Kings of Northern Essex and Pete Lemarquand's Eastern Rhinos, which is going to be a surefire opener. It is going to be on fire. Game round 2 of the Southern Conference League will see us return back to the homestead, that is Wasps, as we welcome the London Chargers. Game round 3 for the Southern Conference League will see us travel over to the new boys in the Championship and N22's finest London Scholars to give them a taste of the next level. Game round 4 of the Southern Conference League sees us welcome our nemesis from the other end of the Uxbridge Road, the current champs, Hammersmith Hills Hoists, to Wasps for the mouth-watering game of the week. Week 5, game round 5 in the Southern Conference League will see us travel all the way to the Bristol All Golds, see if we can put a dent in those gold bullion bars as we look to extend and see if we can win on the road in another tough destination. Round 6 sees another double header. Southern Conference League welcoming the North Hearts Crusaders 2 weeks later. And the Southern Conference League looking to take on the Tigers and go tiger hunting for some big game hunts. June 22nd sees a return to the homestead, the Princes of Southern Essex and the Eels of Brentwood looking to improve on where they ended up last year. Threatening team, threatening game. It's going to be a credible weekend. July 13th sees the Southern Conference League welcomes the Eastern Rhinos for that return matches, and that is going to be tasty. The following week, July 20th, this time back at the home of London Chargers over there at Chiswick Rugby Club. Just a little jaunt down by the river. That is no doubt going to be an incredible weekend of passion, commitment and effort. No stone unturned, no blade of 4G grass touched. August 3rd sees a return to the homestead of Wasps as the Wests Warriors welcome N22's finest London Scholars in the Southern Conference League. Final game of the Southern Conference League. Yeah, that's right, you've guessed it. We're on the road to Chiswick Rugby Club against you know who, Hammersmith Hills Hoists. Game of the week, end of season belter. Get those seatbelts on, for this roller coaster is going to go all the way through to the bitter end, and it's going to get tasty. But there's only one thing left to say. Buckle up, ladies and gents, for this year is about to take rugby league to a whole nother level of tasty. Wests Warriors are going to lead the way. Wasps are going to be the homestead, and we're going to be welcoming one and all to come down and enjoy the spectacle that is the greatest game, rugby league. And if you like everything you've heard there, get in touch. Start subscribing, following. It's all over Spotify, Instagram, Facebook. Get following the greatest game and the greatest verbalizer. That is the ever-turning, always inspirational Viking and PQ's gospel of the oval ball. The one and only place to follow rugby league on social media.